Yeah, so yesterday we decided to do the final step of minor surgery, just taking 2 screws out of the top end of my tibia. Just felt like it was restricting me that last little bit, and you know, the timing seemed right. We, meaning the medical staff, Caleb, myself, and then even a third-party medical staff, all decided that was the right move to get me back to 100%. So I'm excited that I'm on the recovery. Obviously, it's not a major thing. You see me walking around and trying to get back into it. So a few follow-up questions I'm sure you have, and we'll get going.
Does this mean you're out for the season?
Potentially not. I hope not. You know, I still think I can provide, at the very least, just push the guys ahead of me to be better. I want to try to get back into training and see where I'm at. But obviously at this point of the year, you're not going to do a whole lot of tinkering with your team. You know, the guys played well in Columbus, and I think at this time of the year we always tend to get the results that we need down the stretch. So I hope I get the opportunity to get back out there, push the guys, be involved with the group, and time will tell. There's no guarantees with this injury, as I've found out throughout the past year. So I'm positive. I'm thinking a lot of hard work will go into it, and we'll see what happens.
At what point did you decide that this was the task you had to take?
Yeah, just, you know, it builds up over time. It's the course of probably 2 or 3 weeks of these kind of conversations, and you just try to find the right time. You know, I think the final decision was made on Tuesday, and then the Sports Medicine Oregon people got me in there on the Wednesday morning to get it sorted out. So probably, you know, maybe a month ago we started having conversations about how we were going to go about this.
How do you battle that in your mind, of all the recovery you did to come back here so close to the playoffs and all that stuff? And
yeah,
you know, I mean, what kind of debate do you have in your own mind?
Well, not much. I mean,
doctors tell you one thing and you say,
yeah,
okay.
Not much, just because I know that the level that I got back to wasn't good enough to win playoff games, and so that was the ultimate deciding factor to me, that if I could, you know, go through this procedure and maybe put in some more hard work and get back fitter, stronger, faster, better version of what I came back the first time, I think that's best case scenario for everybody, and it was a you know, a pretty easy decision in the end.
How much did doing more harm play into the decision?
None. It's not. It was minor, very minor. I mean, you're literally taking screws out of a bone. There's with the level and experience of the surgeons that I have access to, we're very fortunate in that regard, and so there's literally no downside with these guys.
Where was the procedure?
I think it's Teagard or Tualatin, maybe, Sports Medicine Oregon.
And it was just yesterday?
Yesterday morning, yeah. So it's good.
And so you talked a little bit about hoping to get back this year. I mean, do you have a rough time frame, or?
Not really.
What's
I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. I'm not sure. We'll see how I feel next week. You know, by the end of the month, I hope that I can get back into training, for sure. Listen, whether I'm fit, sharp, and all the rest of it is a whole different equation. And you know, I'm just focused on day one post-surgery of getting myself back to par. You know, I don't get mentally frustrated with these things as much anymore, just because I've been through it now for a year, and I want this to be a small blip on a 15-year professional soccer career in Major League Soccer, which is a hard thing to do. When you're in the moment, it can seem like time, you know, is going by fast and you're missing out on a lot of stuff. But the only thing that the club's been great about and that I've been conscious about, and they've been helping me get there, is that I want to be 100%. I want to be a top-level player in this league again.
What were the symptoms? When did you start having problems? And was it more a question of it was taking longer to recover, or the pain was increasing?
Both. More. It was more that it was kind of plateaued my recovery. I mean, I could get through games, but when I tried to manage it, I was fine. But when I tried to really open it up and, you know, make plays freely, it was a little bit more sore. And then after the game, it would just get tight. I just didn't have that full range of motion and that explosiveness coming out of my leg, because the screws were restricting my my motion. And I only found it out the first time when I came back and really started sprinting and really started playing games, that I was just a little bit off. Maybe 10%, I think, is the number that we all kind of decided was fair. Maybe 10% off the best version of myself. And 10% at this level is a lot. Things happen a lot quicker when you're already starting minus 10% to everybody else. So that was, I guess, another big picture factor that, you know, for me to lead this team, for me to be a good teammate, for me to be an effective player for this team, I think I need to be 100%.
you have any message for Timbers fans in this situation?
No, I mean, they know. They've stuck by me. They've been great. For the ones that continue to stick by me, I met with 3 orthopedic surgeons, and they all gave me the same answer, that this should be celebrated as a success, that you're able to play, I think, 17 games total this year in international, USL, and MLS. And so doing that within a year of a massive fibula fracture is something that should be celebrated a little bit. And obviously the best is still yet to come. The guys are playing well. All the guys who've stepped in, Jack, Chara, George, have done fantastically well, and that just shows what this club's all about. It's about depth, team, my teammates, everybody being in there together. When one guy's out, the other guy steps up, and I think that's a real positive part of this club. It's not about one guy going down and the club losing momentum. It's about everybody being bought in together, and so I'm just going to try to be a good teammate to these guys, support Liam, the captain of the team, as best I can, and like I said, try to get back in training and push these guys and try to make something happen for these fans.
Good luck to you, man.
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks.
thank you guys. I appreciate your time.